Now, earlier this year, the National Association of Realtors reached a settlement over commission, basically collusion. And the 1.5 million members will be subject to some new rules around this settlement. Now, the big question is, how is this changing the home transaction process and commission structure? Now, typically it was, cost 5 to 6% of the sale price to sell your home, and you split that with the buying and the listing agent. But that's all changing now. First off, the MLS will no longer show how much the buyer's agent is going to get. And the buyer will be required to sign an agreement specific to how much the agent will be paid before they start touring homes with the agent. So this means that buyers now have to negotiate with their agents. And that's still in the kind of discovery phase of what that typically looks like. Now, is this going to bring home prices down? No, maybe. You can sell your home for a little bit less and pay less commissions, and you're going to net out the same. Well, you could take a little less, right? Or maybe they just pocket the difference, especially in a competitive market with tight supply like we still remain in today for most markets. Now, if you've sold a home over the past decade, you actually may be entitled to some of this payout. So you might want to check into that. The question is, if you're buying a home, do you need a real estate agent? Well, last year, 90% of buyers still did use one. But it depends on how much time you have to shop around, do a home search, and the ability to negotiate. A lot of buyers are now negotiating a flat price, an hourly rate, or a specific suite of services, right? Cost per home tour, etc. Others are still kind of sticking with the standard 2%. Typically, being a buyer's agent is a bit easier than being a listing agent. You have to do a whole lot, right? Listing agent, you prepare the home and there's a lot more marketing involved, as opposed to a buyer's agent. Yeah, you have to maybe show them a lot of homes, and some clients are easy, some clients are really hard, right? Because they never actually put in an offer and they just keep looking, and their expectations are too high based on their price, etc. So it kind of varies, but in general, the listing agent is more justly compensated. You can also hire a lawyer, right, to look over the contracts, and you do the negotiation and the search, etc. And I think that could be more common. Now, who's going to pay the agent? It doesn't have to always just be you. You can actually negotiate in the deal that the buyer, based on the money that they're getting from the sale, the seller is going to compensate the buyer's agent. Now, what if you agree to a certain amount, let's say $10,000, you find a home and they're offering to pay the buyer $20,000. Well, you can negotiate, you don't have to pay them 10 and lower the price by 10,000, things like that. It's going to get a lot more flexible, which makes it a bit more complex. Now, I do think there's still value in buyer's agents. It's just a matter of, what is that worth? Is it worth 2% of the value of the home? Well, it probably depends on what market you're talking about. On a couple $1 million home, is $40,000 worth it? Maybe not. Now, if the home is, say, $300,000, well, $6,000 to go through the process and find you that home might be worth it.